That's the theme lately. Okay, yes, we'll incorporate weights with our squats. So we use lots of weights today. Okay, let's start off standing on our mat. Start my timer. Standing on our mat, feet parallel, hip width apart, soft bend in our knees. Let's take a big inhale. Bring our fingertips to the ceiling. Grow a little bit taller. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Let's grab the left wrist and the right hand. Stretch up and over to the right. Feel it lengthening through the side body. Big inhale there. Exhale to center. Switch hands. Stretch up and over to the left. In that lateral movement through the spine, lengthening through the side body. Exhale to center. Relax the shoulders. Turn the palms away. Press those arms up and down. As hands come to the hips, take a big inhale. Exhale, notch into chest, and roll it down. Let everything hang heavy at the bottom. Head hangs heavy. Arms hang heavy. While we're there, let's bend one knee. Let the other hip pop out to the side. And then we'll switch. And switch. Feeling that stretch through the back body. Low back, hamstring, calf. One more to each side. We'll come back to center. Big inhale there. Scoop the abs. Exhale. Tuck our pelvis. Slowly roll up. Restacking the spine one piece at a time. Heads last to come up. When it does, let's roll the shoulders back and down. Back and down one more time. We're going to bring the feet wider. Externally rotated. So feet nice and wide. Externally rotated. One more time. Let's take a big inhale. Bring the fingertips to the ceiling. Let's relax the shoulders, turn the palms away, press those arms to a T as we hinge forward at the hips. Feel that lengthening through the spine, through the hamstrings, and then round it forward. Let everything hang heavy. Let's walk our hands over to our right ankle. Take the right hand to the ceiling, looking up at our fingertips. I should have said left there. This is like the left for you guys. Think about pulling the chest deeper to the thigh with each exhale. One more big inhale. With our exhale, let's come back to center. Walk over to the right ankle now. Keep the right hand to the ceiling, looking up at our fingertips. Pulling the chest deeper to the thigh. You can always softly bend the knees if we need to here. See what feels good for your body. Now getting rotation through the spine as we warm up. One more big inhale there. Our exhale, let's come back to center. Heel to our feet back into parallel. You're not only facing your mat, turn to face the mat. We'll soften the knees if we need to. Bring the hands flat to the floor. Walk the hands forward. Walk the toes back. Find our first plank of the morning. Slight tuck of the pelvis. Strong through the shoulders. Pulling the shoulder blades away from each other. Pressing our spine to the ceiling. Belly button pulling away from the shirt. Neck is low. We want this really nice long plank. Big inhales. Big exhales. And we're checking in with our body. How do the shoulders feel? Our quads active, glutes, hamstrings, calves. Top of the head reaching away from the heels. Heels pressing away in opposite direction. Make length through the body, growing taller. One more big inhale here. With our exhale, let's set the knees down. Keep those knees under our hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to give ourselves a couple of cat-cows. Exhale, spine to the ceiling. Inhale through center. Exhale, belly button to the mat. Inhale through center, exhale, spine to the ceiling like an angry cat. Inhale through center, exhale, belly button to the mat like a happy cow. One more time. Find that flexion. Come through center, finding extension. I'll find the neutral spine somewhere in the middle. Wag the tail like a happy puppy. Let's curl the toes under, hide our hips back to the ceiling, finding that up stretch. We're stretching through the shoulders here, pressing back toward our toes, toward our heels. When you're ready, soften the knees if you need to. Lock the hands back to the toes, back to the bottom of the wall there. Take a big inhale there. With our exhale, soften the knees, scoop the abs, slowly roll it up. Restacking the spine one piece at a time. Heads last to come up. When it does, let's roll the shoulders back and down. One more time and keep them there. So to grab those weights, so whatever weights you chose to use, you can always ditch the weights if they don't feel good for your body. Okay, we're gonna have arms long, palms face behind us. Feet parallel, just hip width apart, so think about those feet in line with our sits bones. And we're gonna sit back into a squat, arms come up to shoulder height, and then press the hands behind us as we stand up. And press back. So getting a little bit of extension through the chest, through the front of the shoulders as we press back. Think about weight heavy in our heels, toes light on the mat, sitting back into the glutes as we squat. Belly button pulling away from the t-shirt. Using that exhale to press it up. Pressing through the glutes. And we've got 4. And 3. 2. Last one. We're going to sit it down, hold those arms out there, relax the shoulders, and pulse the hips. And pulse, and pulse. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up. Keep those hands behind us. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. Sit back into the heels, hinge slightly forward at the hips, and now lift those arms up, and up, and up. Neck is long, belly button pulling away from the shirt. Think about this, press up through the triceps, and 2, 1, all the way up, hold it there, and now tap the weights toward each other, and toward each other, and 3, 2, 1, all the way back up. Take those shoulders out. Let's bring heels together, toes apart. Arms are wide, soft, bend the elbows here. We're going to sit down into a little bit of a plie squat, and then hug a tree as we come up. And sit it down, and hug a tree. Again, if this starts getting into our neck and shoulders, we're going to ditch the weights for this one. In this position, it can get a little bit heavy. And zipping up the inner thighs, squeezing those glutes at the top. Feel the lifting sensation through the low abdominals, through the pelvic floor. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Hold those arms up there and pulse the legs. And pulse. And pulse. Relax the shoulders a little bit. Maybe nod the head side to side if we need to. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up. Shake those arms out. Okay, we're turning back into parallel again. Back to that chest extension. Okay, this time palms facing toward our body. Sit back into the heels, that little bit of a squat, hinging forward at the hips. And press up. And up. Belly button pulling away from the shirt. Spine is long, neck is long. Toes are light. Pressing up through the triceps. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold those arms as high as we can put them, pulses up, up, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And all the way back. Shake those arms out. So we should be starting to feel some tricep with that extension, or that extension in. Okay, we're going to bring the feet wide, externally rotated. Elbows wide, palms face forward. I'm going to sit down into our sumo squats, stand up for an overhead press. I think shoulders pulling down even as the weights press to the ceiling. Using that exhale as we press up. I feel like the heels are trying to pull together, really activating the inner thighs. And we've got 5, and 4, and 3, 2 more. The last one, we're going to bring it down, hold it down. Bring those elbows into our side. We're holding the squat. We're going to lift our heels and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And 3, 2. Lift and hold, little pulses. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the heels down. Hold that squat. Squat a little bit lower. We're going to punch and punch. A little bit of a twist. Think about keeping the hips square, not letting those hips rotate. All of this rotation coming from just under the rib cage. And we've got 3 more. And 3. And 2. 2. 1. 1. Back to center. Stand up, shake it out. Right again, bring those feet back into parallel. Last set here. Palms face forward. We're going to sit back into our heels, hinge slightly forward at the hips, toes are light, and pull those arms up behind us. This should feel like a smaller range of motion. It's where we should feel the most work through the triceps. Opening through the chest a little bit more, through the front of the shoulders. Undoing that rounding forward we do as we sit on our laptops. Look at our phones. Try to work hard. And breathe. And 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Bend the elbows and extend. Bend and extend. Palms are still facing forward, so check in there. We haven't twisted. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way. Shake it out. Okay. So we should be kind of warmed up through the low body there. How are you girls feeling?
Yeah.
Good. Good. We're going to come down to our mat. So I messed up again on more blue pants, which makes my mat. Okay, we're going to set those weights to the side. We're going to come all the way down. Feet behind the floor. Fingertips reach for the ceiling. Keep those feet planted so we have a heavy tailbone, neutral spine, a little space in our low back. Arms are long, shoulders relax. We're going to exhale, lift the chest, reach the arms up. Inhale, roll it down. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, roll it down. So we're really focused here on this pelvic stability. We're trying not to tuck our pelvis as we lift. So think about maintaining that little bit of space in our low back, under the lumbar spine. I know it's going to change slightly, but we don't want to do that thing we learned in middle school. We had to do sit-up tests and we used to tuck our tail to make it easier. So all this work coming from those upper abdominals for 3, 2, use that exhale. Last one, lift and hold and pulse higher, higher, higher. For 3, 2, 1, inhale to roll it down. We're going to do that again. We're going to bring hands behind the head, elbows wide. We can just barely see our elbows in our peripheral vision. Feet still firmly planted. We'll exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Slow with that heavy tailbone because our feet are supported. That means we're in a closed kinetic chain. You get more than one point of support. And 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift and hold and pulse higher, higher, higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, roll it down. Okay, big inhale there. Exhale, lift and hold. We're going to rotate to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to left. And center. And right. And center. And left. And center. And right. And center. And left. Use that exhale to twist. And 3 more to each side. Peeling that shoulder blade up. Tailbone still heavy. And back to center, let's roll it down. Slide those knees into our chest for a moment. Rock side to side, round out the low back. We should have really started to feel some work here through the upper pelvis area above the belly button. Let's bring our arms long by our side. Heels close to the booty. We're going to start with those imprint to neutrals. So we're getting ready to bridge. We'll exhale, imprint the low back. Inhale, rock out to neutral. Exhale, imprint the low back. Inhale, rock out to neutral. 2 more times, just getting some movement through the lumbar spine. That tilt through the pelvis. 1 more. And with our next exhale, let's scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis. Start to peel it up, coming up to the base of our shoulder blades. We don't want to be up into the neck. We inhale there, exhale, slowly roll it down. Focus on finding more momentum, more mobility, not momentum, more mobility each time we roll down. Think about lengthening through the spine as we peel up. And then as we roll it down, soften through that upper spine, mid spine, low back. Let each piece of our spine touch the mat. Wrists are flat, fingertips spread apart, fingertips reaching away from us toward our heels. We should feel inner thighs engaged, keeping those knees tracking parallel, so we don't want to relax and let the knees fall open. And next time we peel it up, let's hold it up. Keep those hips high. Take nice flat back, length through the spine. You're going to hinge at the hips, tap the tailbone to the mat. Exhale back up. Knees are pressing forward over the ankles, heels pulling toward our glutes. Starting to warm up through the back body, through the hamstrings and glutes here. Belly button is pulling in, that's helping to protect our low back. And 3, 2. Last one, lift and hold. Now we're going to lift our heels and lower. I'm going to scoot my heels closer. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And 3, weight heavy in the big toe. 2. Last one, lift and hold. Now pulse hips higher, higher, higher. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale there. Exhale, slowly roll down. Tailbones last to come down. That doesn't hug our knees. Round out the low back, rock side to side. We're going to do one more set. We're going to bring the feet wide externally rotated. So I like my toes off my mat here. You can go as wide as you're comfortable with. Arms are long. Triceps pressing into the mat for support. And go back to those articulating bridges. Use our exhale, peel it up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it down. So we should feel like we're not getting quite the same lift, quite the same extension as we did in parallel. We should feel the glutes working a little bit more and our thighs working. And 3 more just like that. And 2. We're looking good. Don't forget about that connection through the core. Belly button pulling in. Last one. Peel it up, hold it up. We're going to clamshell our knees closed and open. And closed and open. Getting some movement through the hips here. Keeping those hips lifted. And 2. 1. Open the knees, hold them open. Little pulses higher. Higher, higher, for 3, 2, 1, hold it, close the knees, now pulse higher, 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 3, 2, 1, smile when you feel that work through the booty, big inhale there, exhale, slowly roll down, tailbones last to come down, let's hug our knees, let's give ourselves a little knee circles in one direction, rounding out the hips, knee circles in the other direction. Let's take all 10 toes to the ceiling, lift the head and chest, hold it up there, and point and flex our toes, really lengthen through the hamstrings here. Think about contracting the quads, straighten the legs further, really flexing the toes back to our forehead to get that stretch. And 3, 2, 1, hold it there. We're gonna hold just that right leg, that right calf, sweep the left leg long, exhale, exhale as we pull it deeper, inhale to switch, exhale, exhale, inhale to switch. Beautiful, ladies. And one more to each side, we're going to switch it up. Now continue with the legs, hands come behind the head. If this bothers our neck, we can always rest the head and chest here. If you feel good about this, start adding rotation. Opposite shoulder toward the thigh. I know now it's harder to keep that leg straight as it comes up. Last one to each side. Then we'll rest it down on those knees. Okay, we're going to take all 10 toes to the ceiling again. Lift the chest. Hands come behind the head. Really support the neck, support the cervical spine. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Everybody can rest down the head and chest if that's better for you. If this really bothers your low back, hands just under the tailbone is going to make it nicer. So you go where you feel best. And 2. Last one. And then hug the knees in. Let's bring those feet to the floor. A little wider than hip width. Arms open to a T. Palms face the ceiling. Let the knees fall to the left as we turn our head to the right. Big inhale in. Exhale through center and rotate in the opposite direction. Big inhale there. We're going to exhale through center. Okay, extend those legs long. Fingertips toward the ceiling. Cindy, you ready for this? Palms face our toes. Try to keep those heels down. Inhale, nod, chin to toes. Exhale, roll it up. Reach for our toes. Big inhale there. Exhale, slowly roll down. Beautiful. I'm impressed. Inhale with our fingertips go to the ceiling, nod chin to chest. Exhale, roll it up. Really pressing those heels into the floor. Pulling the belly button behind us as we stretch. Inhale there. Exhale, slowly roll down. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, nod chin to chest. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale there. Exhale, roll it down. One more time. Inhale, nod chin to chest. Exhale, roll it up. Reach for those toes. And grab our ankles to stretch deeper. Grab the toes. Maybe you can wrap your fingertips around the side of the back. I can't yet today. And breathing with each exhale, stretching a little bit further. With our next exhale, let's sit tall, stacking our spine. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and come on to our side. I want some side body work because I know clamshells are our favorite thing. Okay. We're gonna come down on our form. We want knees stacked, heels back about in line with our hips. Side body is lifted here. Think strong through the shoulder. Okay, we're gonna lift those heels off the floor and clamshell our knees open and closed. So hand on the mat in front of us is gonna help keep those hips stacked. Think about pressing that shoulder away. And 3, 2, 1. Now the entire leg opens. And opens. And opens. And 4. I love the way these still work, even without a bare band or any sort of tension on it. And 2. 1, open. Now draw little circles with that knee. And circle. And circle. And 3, 2, 1, reverse. And 6, 5. We should be feeling this in the hip. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Bend out a little bit if we want to. I'm going to come all the way down to our elbow. So that swimsuit model pose, bottom leg is tucked under, top leg extended long. We're going to bring that top leg up to hip height, flex the foot. We're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So come all the way down, Cindy, so you're on your form. Kind of hold your head, there you go. Look like a swimsuit model. Think lifted side body, a little bit of space between our side body and the mat. Lifting through the outer part of the hip, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to externally rotate. Point the toes as we lift, flex as we come down. And point as we lift, flex as we come down. Just that little bit of external rotation through the hip, opening through the hip without rolling back. And 3, 2. Last one, let's bring that leg down to hip height. We're still externally rotated. We're going to froggy that knee in and press it out. And froggy it in and press it out. A little bit of a frog leg. Opening through that hip a little bit more. Make everything else stable here. We're just moving within that hip joint. So that femur head moving within that ball socket joint. And 2. Last one, let's press that leg out long. Turn the foot to parallel. We're going to point our toes, sweep it forward. Flex the foot, sweep it back. Now, as we sweep back, we want that little bit of contraction through the glute here, opening through the front of the hip. And 4, 3, 2. The last one, bring that leg back to center. And bend the knee into tabletop and press it out.
Ouch.
Have you done it, Cindy?
Oh my God, that hurts.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well,
That's your tight side.
So good.
And 3. And 2, my bottom leg is gripping. Last one, last little bit here. Hold it out there, flex the foot, little circles. And circle. And circle. For 3, 2, 1. Reverse. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend it in. Okay, we're going to extend those legs long.
hold on. A bunch of stuff. I mean, keep going, but a bunch of stuff came up on my computer. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Okay.
Can't see you.
You
There.
can,
Okay.
okay, we're laying
I'm
on,
good.
legs extended. We're gonna lay all the way down on our arm. That top hand still in front of us on the mat. We're gonna lift both legs and lower. Think really squeezing those legs together here. And lift and lower. Feel this little bit of work in the side body as we lift. And lift. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now, as we lift, we're gonna lift that chest. So we lift legs and chest and lower. And lift and lower. It doesn't have to be a giant lift, but it is this crunch in the side body. So this is our side overs. And 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Stretch the top arm over if that feels nice. Okay, I'm gonna roll over onto our back. Give ourselves a figure 4 stretch with that top leg. So for me, it's my right leg. You can press the knee open if that feels good. We're going to thread our hands between the thighs. Pull that opposite thigh into our chest if that helps us stretch a little deeper. We'll uncross our legs. Carefully roll up to seated. We're going to come onto our knees. Arms are long, palms face forward. We're going to go into just a bicep curl. So elbows low is going to be nicer. If we want more of a challenge, elbows higher is more challenging. So on our knees here, we should feel core engaged, glutes engaged to help maintain our stability. Think elbows pulling toward each other. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those arms long, turn the palms to face toward each other and continue. Really relaxing the shoulders here as we're in this hammer curl. And 4. Try not to sway the body forward and back. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, turn the palms to face forward. So elbows are going to open a little bit. We're trying to keep them together. And continue. And 4. Think relaxing the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. And rest it down, shake it out. Okay, we're going to come on up to standing. Feet parallel, hip width apart. Arms are locked. So we're going to open just the right arm as we bring that left leg to tabletop. Or sorry, yeah, just the right arm as we bring the left leg to tabletop. So we open and down. Stay on that same side. Open and down. Think about not locking out the right knee. Engaging through the core, finding our balance. Coming up just to shoulder height. And 3, 2. Last one, lift and hold. Hold it there in little circles with that arm. And circle, and circle. And 3, 2, 1. Reverse. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Other side, shake it out. So left arm opens, right leg comes to tabletop, and back down. And we open. Think really controlling this movement with the weight in both directions. Want to feel the work as we lift, and that resistance as we lower. This is obviously not my better side. And 4. Engaging the core to help, finding a focal point across the room really helps too. 2 more. Last one, lift and hold, and little circles. Circle, circle. 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Shake those arms out. Okay, we're gonna come down to the other side here. So sideline on the other side. We're going to start up on the forearm. Shoulder is strong. Legs are stacked, heels together. We're going to lift those heels in space. Top hand in front of us on the mat, and we clamshell open and closed. Open and close. Beautiful. And 3, 2, 1. Now the entire leg opens and closes. Check in, we're not sagging into that shoulder, really pressing the shoulder away. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now open and hold it. Draw little circles with that knee. I feel so much less coordinated on this side. And 2, 1, reverse, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down, pound it out if we need to. And we're gonna come down to our form, head in our hand. Bottom leg is still tucked under. Top leg is lifted just hip height, and we flex the foot. Think about that lifting of the side body here. We're not relaxed down into the mat. I'm gonna lift that leg and lower. Keep the foot flexed, it's just a little bit more fun that way. And lift and lower. Lift and lower. And 4, 3, 2, it's beautiful, ladies. 1, hold it. Now externally rotate. Point the toes to lift, flex to lower. And point and flex. Maintain just as much external rotation as we can without rolling that hip back. And lift and lower. And 3. And 2. 1. Hold that leg low, still externally rotated. We're going to froggy the knee in and press it out. And froggy it in and press it out. And 4. Really pressing through the heel. 2. 1. Press it out and hold it. Turn back into parallel. Point our toes, sweep the leg forward. Flex that heel back. Remember, find that extension through the front of the hip as we press back. Contraction through the glute. Release, finding stability through the pelvis. And 3. Use that breath 2. Last 1. Bring that leg back to center. Bend the knee into tabletop and press it out. So back to those donkey kicks, but now we're in parallel rather than externally rotated. And 4. You should really be warming up by now through the hip. 3.
Oh yeah.
2. 1, press it out, hold it. Little circles. And circle. And circle. Remember, smiling at burns makes it better. And 3, 2, 1. And reverse. Are we still flex through that ankle? And 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in. Round it out. Okay, let's lay that bottom arm long. We're going to lay down on our arm. Extend those legs. Top hand is still on the mat in front of us. We're still balanced on that hip. We're going to lift the legs and lower. Think really squeezing them tight together. Engage the inner thighs. And lift and lower. And 4, 3, 2. Feel that lift coming from the side body. Last 1. Now we're going to add that chest lift at the same time. And lift. And lift. That top hand's just there for support. It's not there to push us up. And 3, 2, 1. All the way down, stretch the top arm over. Okay, we're gonna roll over onto our back. Give ourselves a figure 4 stretch on that side. So that top leg, ankle crosses over the other knee. We're gonna press the knee open and forget mine. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you girls, but that burns.
That burns. Yep.
Now we can thread our legs, our hands between the thighs. Pull that other thigh into our chest. Stretching a little bit deeper there.
Oh, that was killer.
And let's cross legs. So since we're on our back already, we may as well stay here. Arms are long, so hands closer together or closer to our hips is going to be a little bit less supportive. Bringing our hands wide is a little bit more supportive, so you can kind of decide where you want to be. Okay, we're going to bring those legs to tabletop. Gently imprint the low back. Okay, now with our exhale, we're going to lift the tailbone. So think lifting toward the ceiling. Use those arms for support. So we're going to exhale, lift, and lift. Lift, think low abdominals here. And 3, 2, 1, and then rest it down. Okay, so we should have felt some low abs facilitating that lift. Now we're gonna do it again, but this time we're gonna let the knees fall to the right. Okay, knees fall to the right a little bit, and we lift. And lift. And lift. We should feel more of that right side oblique. And 3, 2, 1. Back to center, hug our knees in for a moment. Everybody feel the oblique on the right side there?
Yes.
Okay, legs in tabletop, gently in front. Let the knees fall to the left. Same thing on that side, lift. 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 And 3, 2, 1. Back to center, hug our knees. Rock side to side, round out the low back. We're gonna use our exhale, roll all the way up to seated. Let the feet find the floor, knees fall open. Soles of the feet come together, round forward over our toes, take a stretch there. Opening through the hips, after all that sideline work, this should feel good. One more big inhale. With our exhale, let's sit up tall. Okay, we're gonna come into a 4-point kneeling position. I feel like this a lot of time down on the mat today, so hopefully it feels good for everybody.
Yep.
Okay, 4-point kneeling, we want hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna go into our bird dog. So think strong through the shoulders here. We're gonna take that right leg out behind us. Check in with the hips, we don't want that right hip to lift, so really keep those hips level and weight even in both hands. And now we're gonna tap those toes down and lift. Tap it down and lift. And 4. Neck is long, gaze just forward of our fingertips. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up there. Now we're gonna extend the left leg, left arm, sorry. And now we're gonna tap both down and lift. Tap it down and lift. So we should feel this work through the center of our body, through the core as we balance. Strong through the shoulder for 3, 2. Last one, hold it there. Now we're gonna crunch, knee to elbow and extend. Knee to elbow and extend. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out there, hold that arm out there, now just pulse the leg up, up, up. 3, 2, 1. Set the hand down. Set the knee down. Open the knees a little wider than our shoulders. Find our child's pose. Okay, before we do the other side, let's come down to our forearms. Arms parallel, like the number 11. We're going to step it back. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back, find our plank. Slight tuck in the pelvis, strong through the shoulders. Now we're going to tap the knees to the mat and lift. So we're not resting them down, they barely tap. And tap and lift. And tap and lift. And continue there. You can always just hold the knees up if that's better for you. We've got 10 seconds. My toes are sliding. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the knees down. Open the knees a little wider than our shoulders. Stretch it back. And back into that 4-point kneeling position. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And we're going to extend the left leg out long. Level out those hips. Feel the weight even in both hands. Now we're going to tap the toes down and lift. Tap it down and lift. And 4, 3. Did I lose you guys? 2, 1. Hold that lift. Extend the right arm. We're going to tap and lift. Did I freeze? So arm and leg are moving. And 4.
You're just moving in slow. You're good now.
What? What's going on, guys?
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm frozen?
But we can hear your voice.
Okay. And 3, 2,
We can
1. Hold the arm and leg up. And crunches, elbow to knee.
can hear.
You can hear me but not see me? And 3. Pulling that knee to elbow, 2. 1, hold it out there. Now, hand and foot, you lift. And now just the leg pulls up, up, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Open the knees and stretch. Did I lose you for a little bit there?
Yeah, for a little bit. Now it seems like you're back.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay, as long as you keep talking, we can hear you.
Now we can hear.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good to know. Because the other day when it was Lisa and I actually, like, my internet just kicked me off and we had to restart.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, let's come back to our back. We're gonna grab those hand weights. So back into the supine position. Knees are bent, feet are flat. Elbows in tight to the side. And we're gonna take the weights to the ceiling and right back down. Just like elbow taps on the reformer. We're doing our footwork. And weights to the ceiling and back down. Our feet are supported right now, so we have a neutral spine. Belly button pulling in. And 4, 3, 2. The last one, weights to the ceiling, hold it. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees and extend. So skull crushers. And bend and extend. And bend and extend. And 4, 3. Think core still active. 2. Last one, weights to the ceiling, and we'll bring those arms along by our side. Okay, let's bring that right leg to tabletop. Now we're gonna hinge at the hip, right toes toward the mat and back up. And right toes toward the mat and back up. Just that hinge at the hip. And 4, 3, 2. Last one, leg comes back to tabletop. Let's take our left hand to the ceiling. So right leg at tabletop, left hand to the ceiling. And we're gonna extend right leg, extend left arm overhead, and back up. Now if this bothers your shoulder, you can always ditch the weight, or you can limit your range of motion. Okay, so I don't go all the way to the floor, but again, you find your range of motion. We should feel the obliques engaged, we should feel the tricep working on that left side. And 2. Last one. Weight comes down, foot finds the floor. Let's bring the left leg to tabletop, tap it down and back to tabletop. Tap it down and back to tabletop. And we've got 4, 3, 2, think hinging at the hip, not the knee. 1, leg to tabletop. Let's bring that right arm to the ceiling. We're gonna extend arm and leg away from each other and right back. Arm and leg away and right back. And we've got 4. Feeling obliques working, feel that lengthening just kind of diagonal across the body. And 2. Last one. And bring that weight down. Let's bring both legs to tabletop. Gently imprint the low back if we need to. Squeeze them tight together. We're gonna hinge at the hip, toes toward the mat, right back up. Only going as low as we're not arching through the low back. So if we start to arch, we've gone a little bit too far. We're gonna limit that range of motion. And 3, 2, 1. All the way back up. Okay, now we're gonna keep those legs in tabletop. We're gonna let the knees fall to the right, keeping the left shoulder down, back to center. Let the knees fall to the left, keeping the right shoulder down, back to center. And right. And left. And right. And left. Now when we come to the right, hold it, extend the legs. Bring those legs back to center. Legs come to tabletop. We fall to the left, keep the right shoulder down. Extend the legs back to center and then tabletop. And right, extend, center, tabletop. Left, extend, center, tabletop. One more time to each side, right? Extend, center, tabletop,
Oh, I did it
Yeah.
wrong.
extend, center, tabletop. You did it wrong, got confused?
I kept folding them back in as I swapped. I wasn't.
All right, and then let's bring those feet to the floor. Here, you rock the knees side to side, round out the low back. And we'll set those weights to the side. Let's hug our knees, roll it up to seated. And we're gonna come back into that plank position. Okay, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna finish up with some planking. And then we'll stretch and then we're done. Let's step that right toe back and then the left toe. Okay, strong through the shoulders. We're gonna lift that right leg up behind us, keep the hips level. We're gonna tap the toe and lift. So just like we're in our 4-point kneeling, but now we're in a plank. And tap the toe and lift. And 3, 2, 1. Right toes come down, find that plank, really check in with our form. Left leg lifts and taps, lift and tap, lift and tap, and 4, 3, 2, 1. All 10 toes come down, set the knees down, stretch your back. My hands are getting slippery in my mat.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. It's everybody's favorite time, it's side plank time.
Okay.
So I like to start on my hip. We're gonna plank on our hand if it feels okay for you, if your wrist isn't getting too sore. Top leg in front, bottom leg behind. When you're ready, lift those hips and bring it up. Hold that nice strong side plank. Neck is long and line with the spine. For 3, 2, we're adding on. We're gonna pike the hips to the ceiling, thread the needle. And back up, and pike. And back up, just 3 more. And 2. And 1. Let's hold that plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. So right down into that mermaid pose. That leg that was on the bottom is tucked in front, other leg to the side, arms out to a T. We're gonna take that hand closest to our knee down, stretch it over. Inhale through center. Counter stretch in the opposite direction. Inhale through center, stretch up and over, pressing the hip to the mat. Inhale through center, stretch up and over in the opposite direction. One more time. Up and over. And opposite counter stretch. And then sit up tall. Let's come over to the other side. Again, up on our hand. Top leg in front, bottom leg behind. We're gonna hold for 5. 5, thread the needles, and then hold for 5. So here we go. Bring it up. Top hand to the ceiling. Check in with your camera, neck in line with the spine for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now thread the needle. And back up. Think about that pike to the ceiling. Back up. And 3. My hand's slipping. And 2.
Sweaty.
1. And then we hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. So mermaid position, so Z sit on the other side. Leg goes on the bottom, tucked in front, other leg tucked to the side. Arms out to a T. Hand closest to our knee comes down. Stretch it over. Inhale through center, counter stretch in the opposite direction. Then inhale through center, stretch up and over. Inhale through center, counter stretch. One more time. Stretch up and over. Inhale through center, counter stretch. And then sit tall. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, come on up to standing. Feet parallel, hip width apart. Soft bend in our knees. Let's bring those fingertips to the ceiling. Turn the palms away, press them down. 2 more like that. Fingertips to the ceiling, just movement through the shoulders. Opening through the lungs. Filling those lungs with air. One more time. Blow all that air out as we exhale. Nod, chin to chest, and roll it down. Let everything hang heavy at the bottom. Head hangs heavy. arms hanging deep. While we're there, let's bend one knee and then the other. Pedaling our legs out. Feel that stretch through the back body, through the low back. We'll come back to center with our inhale. Gently nod our head yes. Gently shake our head no. Big inhale there, soften the knees. Exhale, scoop our abs, slowly roll up, building our spine one piece at a time. Head's last to come up. When it does, let's roll the shoulders back and down. Back and down one more time. Keep them there forever and ever and always. Let's hold one hand up. Give ourselves a high five for working hard this morning.